Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Monster Energy Dota Summit Online. I'm ODPixel here with Lacoste, and we're currently in this best of 5 between Liquid and Viking. GG. Liquid, of course, up 1 game. Lacoste, what do you reckon about these lineups? We're seeing Liquid get that point for Lone Druid that, as we heard from the panel, he is. They're pretty good with it.
Last match.
What'd you sort of say about this?
I mean, the stats is not that great. I know it's a pop games, but 311 wins, 211 losses. Expected it to be a bit higher, considering it's Quakewa. But to answer your question about the lineups, looking at Vikings draft, I like what I see. Much better than what they had in game 1. This lineup actually allows them to play Dota, play aggressively. Now a lot of the boxes checked. Great Roche taking potential with Shad Spectre getting Manta style even before, because Slaughter amplifies that damage. You have Enchantress, position 5 hero that scales. You have a save with the Shadow Demon, and the Spectre has the late game insurance. Couple of heroes that, you know, are not picked that often on side of Liquid, where you have Gyrocopter, who's going to be on the mid lane. You have off lane Dragon Knight, and you have Earthshaker. I tried Earthshaker in my pubs. I also have seen some Earthshaker. The hero just doesn't feel great. Like, it doesn't feel like you can do that much with a hero like you could 6-8 months ago in the previous patch.
Yeah, and this is going to be interesting. So what is the reason why Liquid have switched it around and taken Mickey to the mid lane on the Gyro? Because no, Gyro in the mid, I feel like this is not going to be an easy lane for Mickey, is it? I feel like Boom as a laner, you know, one of the very strong laning hero in the mid lane is going to do quite a number against a Gyro.
I think they just wanted to have a better lane on the top, not allow Slaughter to get that much. And yeah, I mean, it should be a Lina favored matchup here on the mid lane. Gyro, not that strong of a mid laner. Like, what's his range? It's
going to be hard, I think, for Mickey.
365. I'll remember that. How many days in the year we have? That's Gyro's range.
There we go. Beautiful map set. I'll be interested to see how much Mickey can get from this. I think this is going to be quite difficult for him in this mid lane. So looking at the side lanes, with the way they're set up, is there, you know, sort of a team that's going to be expected to come out on top with these setups here?
Yeah, I'm going to see how bottom is going to go. Celery starting with Impetus. Dragon Knight just went in Dragon Blood, but Impetus is a pure damage. And yeah, Taiga doing once again what he did in game number 1, just cutting the creep wave, pulling it towards the tower, and it's very important that he stays out of XP range here, where Dragon Knight wants to get to that level 3 and have a second point in Dragon Blood.
We're going to see Tiger actually make moves over towards the mid lane. Okay, he's got the missile yet to skill here at level 2. Let's get the Fisher down. Won't fully block Boom off. He's able to make it over and get away. Top. Set up onto Insania. Have they got enough damage to take him down? He's blocked in by the illusions. He's able to lift up Toby, throw him to the side. The poison stacks are on him. Quite enough there, don't you, 3? No, he's fine, and in fact, it's the bottom lane where Shad and Celery are able to make moves in onto Boxy, whilst Tiger's elsewhere on the mid lane. See if it does result in the kill onto Boom. It looks like with the missile connecting, it will. So Liquid, the Tigers focus on the mid. It does mean Boxy goes down, but it secures that kill for Mickey. And that's probably, would you say that's a trade that Liquid are happier with?
Yeah, because Spectre did not get the last hit. It's still fine to just kill the mid laner, and Dragon Knight trying to pull the wave, but Enchantress being pain in the ass right now.
Celery just messing with this. I'm sure the Boxy's not able to have free control of these creeps.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Top lane. Now we're looking on the CS here. Quakewa seeming to farm all right. Same for Toby. Both Toby and Quakewa getting something out of this top lane. So mid Tiger just continuing to hover around here, really keeping Boom on his toes, making sure that Mickey is able to get something good out of the matchup, and it's working out so far now. With sort of pressure on the Lina, Mickey is able to have just as good a time as Boom on his Lina in this lane.
We've seen a very interesting build on AM in the previous game where he went 4 branches, Quelling Blade, and 9 tangos. And look at Insania, 2 circlets and 2 iron with branches. Like usually you want your position 5 to have like a lot of regen, a healing cell, but the lone druid is not getting harassed that much in this type of matchup. It's more gonna be about harassing the spirit bear.
They're trying to do their best, but taking a lot of damage for it here, Aramis and Toby. Yeah, no signs of them slowing down here, Quakefoot. As Quakefoot's farm still continues to be very good. They will turn onto Aramis, as onto Insania there with that setup from Aramis. They'll get the kill. Insania just a little deep out of position, and the combo will always be there. That disruption into Crush, a solid setup between the two of them.
Celery making a move on a mid lane, but they're not on the same page. Just trying to secure the rune, but Lina does not have a bottle at the moment, so Celery will take it. Where's the stun from Lina? Pure damage.
They've got the burst. BK's getting low, and he will fall. Same time, top lane, Tiger made the moves, laid down the Fisher. Toby trying to juke his way through the trees, but Quakefoot is on top of him. He's got the vision for the bot. He'll get one further crush out. He's still alive here. I mean, he might just make it away. Quakefoot, can he get the bear in range? No, he can't.
And armor will kick in, but...
Oh, but the Fisher from Tiger, that will do it. Quakefoot's going to look over towards Aramis. It's a few stacks of poison onto Tiger. Won't be enough to burst him, though. Tiger's able to step away, so... Tiger's doing his best to help out the mid, help out the top lane.
No money. Once again, we have this scenario where Boxy is left alone. He's trying to creep skip a bit, maybe drag the side camp, the small one, but it is blocked at the moment. He will be level 5. Every time I see Boxy play the Dragon Knight, it's pretty much always the same build. He gets a Soul Ring and rushes a Blink Dagger so that they have a form of initiation, and he is that tanky frontliner. Tiger will go down.
Some nice setup from Aramis. Over to buy time for Boom to sweep across. Catch him with the stun, and now Viking putting some early pressure onto this tier 1 tower.
Remember when you could take siege creeps with the enchant? How OP was that? Like sometimes I feel like Ice Frog is like, yeah, we should try this just to mess with people. Also, I mean, so profit?
Dude, it's sick. Yeah, it's sick, isn't it? I can't remember what it's from. I think it is it's one of the hard to get items. It's one of like the very rares on something, but it's pretty good.
For a second, I thought it was a speedy demon courier running at him.
You're allowing sending the couriers in. No, it's yeah, no, it's a fantastic space invader cosmetic. And next thing you know, we'll be having sort of Tetris bricks coming out the backside of Gyro. You could have Pong, you could have all of it, all the potential here. Well, I'll take a cut next time you bring it out. My ideas aren't free. Thank you very much.
Spectre is level 6, but a bit low on the mana. We've seen Shad do the same thing 2 days ago, where he is level 6 on Spectre, but he has very limited mana, doesn't bring any clarities, mangoes, doesn't even have a magic wand at the moment, and can't really give that global presence with the Haunt.
I mean, yeah, it's 4 for 2, 7 minutes, it's very even. I feel my
Radiant's courier.
He will get the courier, sorry.
He does. Yeah, I know, you're right. He's nicely in, he's nicely out. Nice TP back. Top lane, the bear. Hey, 300 gold there for Celery. Quite a nice little payday for the Ench early on. And he kills on the bear.
One of the reasons why Shad is not, like, wanting to use the Haunt early or bringing any region is maybe they want to take, like, a good fight at 10-minute mark near the runes and get a bigger kill.
Where are you going?
That's just my process of thoughts.
Top. They're going to bring Boom over. Quakefoot going to get the ult off, but they've got the bash control, and with the Laguna, they've got no struggle with the damage output. Boom.
Mid lane. That's disruption. There's a shot.
Oh, and the blade mail.
God, the damage from blade mail. That's what he was waiting for.
They did a lot. Not quite enough, though. Okay. able to bottle up and back off. Will survive that first horn attempt. Boom's coming in from the side there with an invit, and this light strike is going to catch him. Boom striking from the shadows, gets Mickey, and by the looks of it, they're going to get Tiger too. There's some big moves from Viking.
Dire's middle tower
Coming out, both
attack.
Boom and Shad getting active. As Boom with those moves, not only taking down Quagfire, but taking down Mickey as well. Some big kills for the Lina.
Not just the kills, they're also taking a tier 1 tower on the mid lane. So this opens up the jungle where your Lone Druid would like to get some farm. Much better game from Viking in game number 2. And they're also putting the pressure on the top tower. I don't think they can defend the top tower.
I think, yeah, Liquid's got to sort of let this one go. Viking just taking another objective, and yeah, you're absolutely right. This is so much better than what we saw from the last game, which again I think just leads towards maybe their game 1 draft just not really going the way that they had planned. As this game 2, they've got ways to make moves, and they're doing it. 7 for 2, 2k lead. Solid stuff so far here from Viking. And what is, essentially their attempt to show that you don't need to be too scared of Quake's Lone Druid, and there is a way to deal with it. We'll see if it continues to pan out, but so far, so good for Viking.
Slaughter is a monster against the Lone Druid's bear, and also Shadow Demon on top of that. Shad found Royal Jelly and Iron Talon. Perfect game for Spectre. 0 deaths. Very high level, getting that Blade Mail. They're going to have issues with the Blade Mail Spectre, especially the matchup Gyro against the Spectre.
To bottom. Boxy. Going to get set up upon here. Boom. He's going to be able to take him out. Another catch and setup here from Aramis.
Soldier's fortune.
Able to do a lot with the heroes that they have available. Boom. He's going to get chased down in the river, though, by Mickey. Missile comes across. They've got the lockdown between the two of them, Mickey and Tiger. We'll be able to end Boom's streak. Get Mickey a nice few hundred gold.
Where's my pension?
That is still the power of this Gyro here. Mickey gonna have no trouble dealing with the squishier brawlers like Boom and Celery. Jill is going to have a hard task when it comes to dealing with the tankier two, though. Shad and Toby are not going to be easy targets, really, for the Gyro's combo to bring down. It's bottom lane. Bishop block from Tiger attempted, but Aramis is deep into the trees, and Liquid a little hesitant to go diving for him right now. They're bringing Mickey over. Really looking to put the pressure onto this bottom tower.
A lot of pings. They really want this Shadow Demon. Like, he can buy quite some time here with the disruption and just spamming Shadow Poison from the trees. 4-man rotation while Boyko is just farming the jungle.
And we go down, though. Aramis has got to be careful. Creeps up to the tower. Still, though, Liquid, they're very hesitant on diving in. They feel that Viking is likely to respond. And yeah, this smoke move from Viking is sweeping over. Aramis, if he can find a disruption setup,
they'll be able to have the combo. They are afraid of the Haunt.
Yeah, I mean, Liquid, you can tell that they know it. They're respecting the fact that Viking can show up and defend this. Boxy, he's been sort of left behind, though. He's stuck around. And they're going to burst. Boxy. And he's going to get taken out by the last bit of poison. The cooldown comes in onto the two of them. Boom. Able to dodge the missile with the Yules, hold his ground. Celery's able to walk away. Liquid just not having the power to take anyone down there as Viking, they hold. Good job from Aramis, just making it take as long as it did really for Liquid to do any sort of damage to that tier 1. And it results in Liquid not being able to take down the tower at all.
Yeah, and Shad, very patient with that Haunt, does not want to waste it. It's a 3-minute cooldown ability, and he's just waiting. They want to get a bigger kill. Also, they're waiting for Slaughter's Blink Dagger, and he just picked it up. It's a much different game than what we've seen in game number 1. Yeah, where Viking, they're playing aggressive. They have heroes to do so. They have a save coming out from Shadow Demon, and they have a great scaling lineup.
And they do this. This Spectre's going to be he's going to be quite the beast. I mean, to the point of when this sort of game goes down the later stages, and until Mickey has some sort of big right-click items, it's only going to be the Lone Druid that's going to do any sort of damage against Shad. And as long as he has the Manta against that root, Shad's going to have pretty free reign around the fight. Bottom lane, he's going to come into the Horn. Liquid, they're diving in for the action. Toby is able to jump over towards Boxy. The amp up onto Mickey as Mickey falls.
This is a disaster.
Yeah, it is. They've accomplished nothing down here. They've lost 2, 3, and it's going to be 4 heroes. As Liquid, I mean, it felt awkward for the previous push. This time, they really forced it, and they lose everybody involved in that attempt of a play there. The tower continues to stay up, and Viking very easily able to defend this tier 1 tower. It's a difficult place for Liquid to push in, and you would have expected that maybe they'd learned their lesson from the last time, but no, they came straight back, and this time they didn't leave in time.
Even without the Blink Dagger on Slardar, the outcome would still be the same. They dove into the tower, and Slardar just steeped it in. Everyone was already there to smoke. Guys, Spectre ready with the Haunt. This also opens up the Roche in the next few minutes if they get a kill. Like once Slardar gets to level 12 and Spectre gets a Manta style, this is their go-to. Like with only these 2 heroes, you can kill the Roche. You don't need anyone else. And also stealing Aegis from a Lone Druid lineup is always great. Problem is, Liquid this time around, they don't have any sort of initiation until they get some Blink Daggers. And Earthshaker, 1,000 gold away. Same goes for Boxy on his Dragon Knight.
Nope. Viking found another catch here. Insane on the high ground. Boom's able to turn and combo him down. Pretty much give Boom the money for his bots, so he'll have an even easier time responding to these push attempts from Liquid early on. Still, though, of course, whilst that action was going on down there, Quake was getting space, but he's not able to do as much with this space as Viking are getting from these fights. It's a 7k lead now for Viking. Liquid is seriously falling behind.
Classic build on Celary's Enchantress. Magic Wand going for Glimmer Cape. A lot of magical damage on their side. Like, I'm very afraid that they don't have enough burst damage to bring people down before they get a Blink Dagger. Even when they do, like Earthshaker is level 6 at the moment.
Anyway, it's been a very slow game for him. He lowest at the moment on Viking, of course, is Celary, but even he is he's just about to hit his level 9. It's been a slow start for Tiger after what was some very nice early moves on the first few minutes of laning stage. Found it very difficult to get in on these fights. Viking towards the Roche, they're just going to start it off. I know we've brought up in 5 seconds. It's pretty much impossible for Liquid to come and contest this. This is just going to be a free Roshan for Viking.
I thought they were going to wait until they have like possibly level 2 corrosive hate, but they bring all the numbers, 5 heroes plus Alpha Wolf, and they have more than enough. Roche goes down in 15 seconds. Now your Lina is holding the Aegis. Bit of a different from what you usually see, but you know, 16 minutes in, Lina does much more than Spectre would be with the Aegis.
And it's Quakefoot. He's got the money and got about 400 gold to have his Deso done.
2 blinks still about to be done on Liquid.
Okay.
Taiga just needs 10 more gold.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I'm looking towards mid. So be aware. Keeping himself off towards the side. And yeah, so these will be some big pickups for Liquid.
Radiant.
They're ready to go. We'll see if they do try and hold this tier 1 mid. Viking, or if they're going to sort of let it go to Liquid.
Are fortified.
And the fortification, I mean, still Liquid attack. Themselves there. They're a little spooked as soon as that fortification comes out.
Radiant
say that Quakefoot, he's heading back up. They are smoke behind him. They are trying to bait something with Quakefoot pushing in. But it's still hard for Liquid.
It's hard. Like Liquid, they need to get the first jump, because if Spectre gets the Haunt off, 2 Blinks daggers are just going to be nullified.
And now Vikings just going to hit back with their own smoke. Jumping on the mid, they're looking for Mickey. Didn't quite get the blink crush though. Toby just a little short. I mean, that's pretty big for Liquid there. Weren't wasted.
Okay.
Jumped the gun a little bit.
Seems like
Invisibility.
no one changed the name. As in the series we were casting 2 days ago, they got into Spectre's head.
They did.
But he's making some questionable plays this time with the Haunt as well. Let's see. Like, Liquid, they want to make a jump right now.
Yeah, they do. As soon as they know that there's no Haunt to worry about, they're immediately in. Aramis, he's getting low. Toby's into the crush. He's on top of Mickey. Mickey's able to get the cooldown down. Instead, he turns with a lift up onto Toby. Toby trying to go out towards the side. Gyrocopter finds him some safety, but they've already taken the Aegis out of the hands of the leader. Viper steps over with the bear. The bear falling low will dodge the impetus. Viper loses the bear. Has got the resummon. Liquid.
Back from Shadow Demon. They need to get something out of this. Oh, it's in the backpack. They don't see him.
But they're still going to be able to find him here by the looks of it. Boom's coming out of the Python. Toby's going to jump over with the crush. Tiger over with the fish head, locking down the two of them. Tiger will fall. Over to the side, Shad is trying to move it onto Mickey. The fear from Quakebutt pushing back the Spectre. Boom closes the gap. Dual set up onto Mickey. The Foxy's in onto Boom, stopping him from being able to get the full-on stone to Mickey. Doesn't matter though. Toby's in on the river, gets the crush down. They take down Mickey. They'll also find Boxy as well with the cleanup. There's Insania and Quakebutt. They'll try and get out. Insania TP just a little longer. So time is there for Viking to punish it. Viking do expend a few buybacks to come back into that fight, but those buybacks do allow them to pretty much keep themselves in the same lead as they were just before, and also with the timing, they're also able to take this outpost away perfectly before the 20-minute mark.
Liquid saw the opportunity. Spectre used the Haunt, misused it, and she showed on the bottom, so they understood, like, it's go time. Like, we need to make something happen. There was no Echo Slam. It's hard stuff, but they also used 2 buybacks on Viking. 2 supports were kind of forced to buy back to win that fight. Most important thing is Shad did not die. Like, he is getting so big right now as a way of the dispelling things with the Mantis style. Blade Mail just hit level 15, so some minus cooldown on the Spectral Dagger as well.
Shad still very much the big issue here for Liquid. But yeah, a few bear casualties in that last fight. Gonna have to resummon up soon. Liquid already trying to find something with the smoke, and it's a risky moment though, because Haunt is up. They've got to make a perfect initiation, otherwise Shad will come in and turn it around. Trying to get to these back lines. They want to jump onto Shad, that's the question. Tiger.
Radiant's middle
tower around. Gonna look to try and jump. Get the stun onto Aramis. Call down and follow up. Aramis hits the post. They lift him up. Toby's gonna jump on the back line. The Hawk comes out. He's over towards Tiger. Tiger holding him in place though. Gets the echo off. They're very low. And that means that they do get Aramis. Aramis goes down. They've lost 2 on Liquid now. As Shad, Boom, Celery, they're turning the bet. It's only just been resummoned here as Quakebutt is trying to get it out.
One more hit.
Can he save it? It looks like he can. They can't quite catch it. Back in the river, though, they'll get Mickey instead. Caught out by another combo from the leader. And Toby's in. Finds the bear. He's able to dive in, clean up the bear. With the setup onto Insania, they'll get the Rubik too. Viking. Another very easy fight for them. Now, Shad, no trouble cleaning up. Stays alive throughout it all. 3k gold onto him. And a lot of money being spilled with each and every death of these bears. Quakebutt really struggling to be able to keep it alive this game, as Viking have definitely drafted in a way that's allowed them to have a lot of different tools to mess with the bear. Quakebutt's just never getting this opportunity to sort of overrun these squishier heroes in these fights.
They have the great heroes to deal with the Spirit Bear. You have Slardar, one of the better ones, minus 15 armor with level 2 ulti, pure damage coming out from Impetus, Shadow Demon, and Toby played that fight perfectly. Like, his positioning was good, great counter initiation, allowed Spectre to jump in, and Spectre, she's just one ultimate orb away from full Scotty. Like, Gyro's item progression is very tough this game. Like, even if he gets that BKB, it's still not a game-changing item. He doesn't need to care about, you know, Lena's stun, but there's still a lot of the spells that go through magic immunity.
No, there really is. These are not easy fights for Mickey, and Yeah, I feel like some of the times when we have seen Gyro work is when you have something to sort of buff it up, right? You know, there's nothing to really help Mickey this game. I mean, their best bet is sort of hoping that Insania is going to be able to get a steal on Corrosive Haze to sort of allow the setup for Mickey to do any sort of considerable damage, because at this stage he's not really anything more than his abilities, as he has no carry or sort of core hard-hitting damage items.
It's hard for Insania in this type of a game. Like, he gets jumped by Slardart. There's always going to be Haunt in a team fight, so everyone's going to see where you're standing. And it's a position 5 Rubik, does not get the farm priority, and, you know, doesn't even have Ether Lens yet. One of the reasons why they could be losing is that Voikla's Spirit Bear is having a Dragon scale instead of, you know, giving it to Dragon Knight just for the memes. Like, he has a Dragon Fire, Dragon Tail, Dragon Blood, Dragon Form, you name it.
I'm ruining the lore here. And it could be. No, quite. It's not looking like another Quake for Lone Druid win. You know, they Viking, they've let him have the hero. Something that other teams have done and severely regretted in the past. But this game, Viking coming in with a solid strat against this Lone Druid, as Quakefa is just not really having a game at all so far, or at least the game that he's had is a very slow one, and not, I would imagine, what he was hoping for it to be when he picked the Lone Druid.
One thing I really like about Viking, the way they draft, is whenever they're like opening, if we don't take in consideration the previous game where they are preparing like in multiple levels, they're actually playing chess when they're drafting. They're preparing for some of the stuff that's gonna come, some of the stuff that's already out, and yeah, it feels like they were ready to play against the Lone Druid.
Yeah, sometimes they get a little too ahead of themselves. Last game they were drafting for the next pack. And they got to sort of hold on to themselves sometime. A little too forward thinking.
Yeah, it's 6D chess that time, still not out.
Liquid, I mean, after this BKB, I feel Mickey, he's got to go for some big items right now. Surely, like what does he get after this BKB? He's got to go for something. You're obviously not a rapier, but like do you now start to go try and go down like the Ags, Satanic rapier lineup, just try and dream big?
These are not the items that are going to give you damage. He has a double damage in the bottle. That's damage.
He's going to get the chance to put the BKB, but he's already lost Insania. He's going to lose himself. I mean, these fights are too easy right now for Vikings. They are very far ahead. And it really does feel like that the Liquid's sort of in the position that Viking were last game, where you look at what they've got and you have to sort of ask yourself, what can they do with this? What can they do with what they've got in this position? And it doesn't look great for Liquid.
It really doesn't, and they're scouting things out with the Wild Wing inside the pit, so Roche will spawn, and they will kill it fast enough before Team Liquid can actually try to make stuff happen. Slaughter just wins. And Corrosive Haze, Spectre with the Manta-style illusions. So there's no way they get in the Roche pit. So that's Cheese and Aegis. Even if they get like AC, tank things up a bit, Spectre is still massive.
Yeah, this you know, Shad's having a fantastic game. I mean, you know, last game as well, despite the loss, Shad also able to hit some great numbers on the farm. This game, same situation, but the difference being that he's actually able to, you know, you look at him on the Spectre and he's not died. Like, he should be able to carry this very easily with the lead that his team has. As Liquid just being bullied in every single engagement.
Pay attention, chat. This is how you play carry. Just don't die. Very simple.
Some free tips there from them. Yeah, you should charge for that sort of stuff, of course. You don't want to give away these hot tips for free.
I'll think about it. Yeah, like Mick is having a hard time, like 900 gold.
They're on top of him. They're just able to make the jump. He's able to put the fear, try and push them back, but it's just so much overbearing damage. Takes down Quakefa, takes down Tiger. I mean, we saw a relatively early GG come out last game from Viking. I feel like we might see one this game from Liquid. They've still got tier 2s up and the base up, but you look at this Spectre. And you look at what you have on Liquid, and it does just feel impossible for Liquid now.
Yeah, I was about to say it. I would not be surprised if Liquid just tries maybe one more fight and call it this game. You know, seems pretty over to me. Don't see the way they're gonna come back into the game. Like, Gyro died once again. He had 7 deaths to his name.
Now he's having a rough on 274
has fallen.
on the mid lane. Gyro, I mean 1-2-2 on Quagfur. Boxy 3-6-2. Just nobody really having a game this time on Liquid. And it's looking, I mean, arguably even tougher for Liquid in this situation than it did for Viking last game. At least for Viking in the last game, they did have Shad as the carry in a very farm position. This time around for Liquid, he's not that far. He's not that far at all, was he?
Deleted.
And they're just, yeah, again, Liquid's just having a run. They can't deal with these fights. They've got to try and get themselves out of there. Boxy will just survive. The Tiger goes down. Okay, off the BKB. Toby just jumping in after him. The Hawk comes out. Shad's able to join in. As Liquid, they're going to get team wiped with indeed. They'll call it. They know there's no coming back in this one. It's Viking. A solid draft, and I think the big thing that Viking's shown here is that you do not have to be that scared about quite the lone Druid. Viking, they came in with a plan. They came in with a draft. And yeah, they were able to do something that a lot of teams have struggled to do with. Get away with allowing